Whether you've signed up for a free trial on AvePoint Online Services or have already licensed one of the many cloud-hosted services that AvePoint provides, the first time you log in, there are a series of configuration steps you have to go through. In order to log in for the first time, please visit AvePointOnlineServices.com and then provide your credentials. If you signed up for a free trial with the Office 365 credentials or Salesforce credentials, please click the appropriate button here to be taken over to their authentication pages. Since I signed up with a non-Office 365 or Salesforce email address, I'm going to enter my credentials here at the bottom and the password that I provided. When logging in for the first time, you must accept the license agreement for whatever service it is you are trialing. After accepting the license agreement, it then asks you to register the AvePoint app. The AvePoint app is going to be needed to communicate to whatever service it is that you're consuming from AvePoint Online Services. You can choose between all permissions and just SharePoint Online permissions if you're only going to be working with SharePoint Online in Office 365. You can also scroll down a little bit and see there are additional choices, including Exchange Online permissions, if you're only backing up, say, Exchange Online. And then below that, it wants to know how it's going to actually create the app profile. In order to do so, you must provide the credentials for an Office 365 Global Administrator account. Since I am not logged in with one of those accounts, I cannot choose Use the current account. I have to stay on Sign in as another user account and then click Create the app profile. Real world, if you signed up using an Office 365 email address, this would be an option for you, provided that that account is an Office 365 Global Administrator. So I'll click Create an App Profile. Enter the username that I want to use, and then the password. Review the permissions that the AvePoint app will have in Office 365, and then click Accept. We can now see that the app profile has been created. If I close that tab, back in the original wizard, I can click Next. Step 3 is to decide how you want to set up your dynamic object registration. Dynamic object registration allows AvePoint Online Services to communicate with Office 365 and catalog the various objects that are there. An example would be if you're running cloud backup, it needs to know what site collections are in there for SharePoint Online. If you're backing up Exchange Online, it needs to see what mailboxes are available. Express mode will catalog everything for that Office 365 service, and advanced registration allows you to set up rules which pick and choose exactly what you want. During initial setup, we recommend you leave it on Express mode because you can always go and set up advanced registration rules later. I'll leave Express mode selected and click Create a Scan Profile. With Express mode selected, I will choose what I want it to scan for and click Next. We provide a profile name and an optional description. Below, we can see that it requires the use of an app profile, which is why we had to set up one earlier, and it automatically selects the one we've created. As a default, it will scan every day at midnight to make sure that if there are any new objects that have been created, AvePoint Online Services can see those objects. And then down at the bottom, I'll click Save and Run. It tells us we have successfully created the profile, and up at the top, I will close that tab. Back in the Setup Wizard, I'll click Next. Step 4 is to make a decision on encryption. Encryption is applied to things like backup data when it is saved from Office 365. Your choices are between the AvePoint Managed Encryption and using your own encryption key. For more information on using your own encryption key, please see the AvePoint Online Services user guide. I'll leave it on AvePoint Managed Encryption and click Next. And that's it. I've now successfully logged into AvePoint Online Services for the first time, configured the required settings, and here's the service that I'm presently trialing, ready to be used. Thanks for watching this short video on how to log on for the first time to AvePoint Online Services.